about to. Give us 1 minute, people. Facts on facts. Yeah, but you be snapping.
All right, ready? In a second.
Yeah, let's just get it.
Shout out to everybody in the live. Give us 1 second.
All right, Britt, you ready?
I see you, Cheyenne and Christy. What's good?
What's good? What's good? You ready?
That's fam.
We ready?
Shout out to Passport General somewhere in the live.
Pass, what's happening, my guy? In the damn building. Executive producing.
All right. Let's start.
Hey, Pete, what we looking like? Set it off.
This is the Ask Me a Question podcast.
Where no question is left off the table.
He told us we could go. He said we could go. He just told us to go.
All right, let's do this again.
Sorry, false alarm. We had to get the lights right. Are we keeping that one off?
Nah, we good. Let's get it. Let's
We're going with the romantic vibes tonight.
It's panic hours. Shout out to Cece. A little bit. We still fixing. Unless you gotta throw another one of them Jones on.
No, I think we need this on. And Lowe's light over here is not on.
Your lighting is good.
This is not on.
Your lighting is good money.
Both of these are off. How did that happen? Wait, what? That was never on? Am I about it?
Yeah, that one was never on.
Oh, I thought it was on.
There we go. Run that. There we go. Okay. Okay.
What's up?
See, now we rocking.
Give us 1 minute live. We're coming.
No, we here. Just one more and then we lit. Gang. Perfect. Nah. That's good money. Let's get it. Gucci.
I know.
Perfecto.
What are you, Spanish now?
Nah.
Okay.
Haitian Rican.
All right. Just checking. Passport. Thank you. Bet.
So we go. Gucci.
3, 2, 1.
Set it off, bro.
This is the Ask Me a Question podcast.
Where no question is left off the table.
You might not like the answers to the question we give.
But if you ask me a question, I'm going to keep the same energy. Britt, what's good, girl? I'm going straight to the bottom. I really just come here to drink.
We had a busy week, I feel like. I'm here to unwind tonight.
Active
Let
week.
it all hang out.
Busy week, active week. Out here shaking and moving and shaking and doing what we do.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's start off right.
Been touching some events. Hold on, let me give you a little bit.
Yeah, I'm going to need that.
Sauce. A little bit more. More where that came from. It's been a nice week. It's been a nice couple weeks. We've been grinding out here, putting in work, hitting the pavement, going to some events. Toast to you. Episode 8.
Yeah, for sure. We're moving out here. We're moving. The episodes are just flowing, right?
Absolutely. We doing good. We doing good. We active. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody that participates, sends questions, and keeps the show rolling and keeps it going. You know, we talk about a little bit of everything under the sun, current events, as well as just everyday fuckery and shenanigans. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. We had a busy week, like I mentioned before.
Yes.
We've been just zipping, going.
Yes.
So I'm here to unwind tonight. I can't wait to get into these questions.
Right.
But without touching on, because I'm sure this is in the bowl somewhere. Talk about some of the things that we did briefly, and then we'll get into some more. Like
shout to the lovely Miss Eva from
Eva
Hustle in Brooklyn.
Comedy.
Yes, she went to her comedy event on Saturday. It was dope. Good turnout. You know what I mean? Some funny comedians. She hosted. She did real well. You know what I'm saying? You got the exclusive interview with her. She got to get a little bit in depth with who she is.
Yes.
And
like, subscribe, leave a comment under that video.
Definitely check that video out on Brittany Marie's YouTube page. Very dope. But shout out to Eva. You know what I mean? She's a very interesting person, and I think that she's getting better. She's getting better by the stage, comedy wise.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because every time even when I seen her on the show, there was some decent jokes. You know what I mean? Some funny ones. But then as I seen it more and more, it became more funny to me.
And she definitely is not afraid to show her personality. That's what I liked about her. She seemed pretty real.
Yes.
Her. And of course, Karen Civil.
Shout out to Karen Civil, Sakbase. The lovely Miss Karen Civil, yes.
A nice panel event with Karen Civil. That,
yes. Eva was also there, yes.
Yeah, for sure. We have some more stuff coming up this week. We'll be speaking this weekend on a panel.
Yes, we're going to be speaking on a panel this week talking about if hip-hop is dangerous.
March 9th.
Yes,
right?
March 9th in Islandia. Shout to Cornerstone Unlimited. It's going to be lit. We over there we're going to give our take on it. It's going to get real intricate. I got a couple of conspiracy theories I want to lay out there, you know what I mean, on this whole hip-hop is dangerous thing. Y'all got some motherfucking nerve out there, man. Come at hip-hop and the black culture and all the shit that's going on.
And it's a big day for, Biggie.
March 9th.
So it just all connects and goes well. I'm interested to see what some people have to say.
Absolutely.
But are you ready? You ready to get into it? I know the people on our live, everybody watching, everybody tuned in. Can't wait. So let's get right into it. Here we go. Ask Me a Question podcast.
What's your favorite Biggie song, Britt?
My favorite Biggie song will have to be. How do you narrow it down? I don't want to just say some generic. Everybody likes Juicy, but
right.
I would have to say. Okay, it's definitely off of Ready to Die.
Okay. I got two, so.
Hypnotized?
That's off of Life After Death.
Life After Death, okay.
That's cap!
That's not my favorite. That's not my favorite one anyways. But go ahead.
Me, I like The World is Filled with Pimps and Hoes and Sky's the Limit. Both off of Life After Death.
Okay, features, but okay.
Yes.
All right.
Great records.
Let's get into it.
First question.
I chose the first question.
Let's get it.
Is Soulja Boy on the clock in terms of making a hit record, or is it over?
What you think, Britt?
I feel like time is of the essence. He's hot. Everybody's still talking about Soulja Boy. And I definitely think he needs to come with something. He put out that single. You were singing it earlier.
Yes.
Cut That Check.
Yes.
It's catchy, but I think he has to come a little bit harder. People are definitely still watching Soulja Boy, but I think they're more interested in his clout and the antics rather than the music. I don't know if people are just dying to hear Soulja Boy's music. So.
I think that all it takes for anybody that's been in that position of been in the game, had success, had some turbulent times, still relevant, had a breakthrough top of the year, a current event, a trending artist. All it takes is that one solid record, whether it charts or not, just a solid record and a dope album, and you back in the fold. That's it. That's all. It helped Tiger. You know what I'm saying? He had a nice comeback. You know what I mean? A couple of people have had some decent comeback. Look at Gucci Mane. Went to jail, came back. He had a
different man.
Gucci Mane had like 10 comebacks.
Yeah, he's a clone.
Nah.
He's a clone.
Oh man, but yes, Soulja Boy put out a dope record. You'll be alright. Other than that, you know what I'm saying? Watch out for what's my man name? Because you was messing with his daughter on Marriage Boot Camp. What's shorty name on Marriage?
Riley.
Yeah. Listen, Teddy Riley gonna punch you in your shit,
which is a big story. She's speaking out this week saying that they had an abusive relationship.
I just started listening to her on Van Lathan's podcast. I didn't listen to the whole thing yet, but yeah, she's definitely talking spicy. Teddy Riley gonna punch you in your face, Soulja Boy. So watch out.
Real quick about we're talking about Cap and people, using opportunity and why it takes people so long. She's somebody who's been in an on again, off again relationship with Soulja Boy. We've seen him cheat and we've read the crazy headlines about what he does, but I've never seen a headline about her saying that she hits. They had any kind of abusive relationship.
I mean, on that episode of the show,
right.
He was
turned up.
Yeah.
Right. But why did she just come out with the abuse allegations? They've been together for almost a decade, on and off. Why did she never?
Cancel culture. It's cancel culture. So, and at the same time, I'll never tell a person to not speak their truth at the end of the day. Maybe she wants to protect Soulja Boy because she loved him. Mm-hmm. She probably still loves him. It was probably hard for her to say that. And maybe she feels like she's exercising her demons by speaking it. Or it could be Cap.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not going to just call Cap on domestic violence, though. So don't think that. Don't say
not.
Lois coming for saying Cap on domestic violence. It's not what I'm saying. We just know that, she just came off the Marriage Boot Camp. We saw a scene where he was a little... turned up. He didn't swing on her and like that, but we tried to grab the phone from her. And
how do we know it's genuine? We'll see. We'll see. We're not doubting what she's saying at all. Allegedly. So we got to give them both the benefit of the doubt.
Right. Come with the hit Soulja Boy and watch out for Teddy Riley. Let me grab a card. Soldier.
Drake.
Yeah, that's a legendary moment. You know, shout out to Big Draco.
Tiger was wildin'.
Yeah. Where's Soldier at? Heard this freestyle, Tiger. Stop trying to grab the hammer from the security guard in front of the club, Tiger. Don't do that. Okay, this is an anonymous question. Rock Nation stepped in to help get Jabari Talbot case dismissed.
Mm-hmm. This is the kid that
11-year-old arrested for refusing to stand for Pledge of Allegiance.
Right.
What are your thoughts?
Which is absolutely ridiculous. The fact that it took that much money and power for, like, you know, that's something so. First of all, we all have freedom of our own rights, especially in America. You have the option. And I've been to games and I've seen people not stand for the national anthem or whatever. That's definitely a right. I do not see how it went so far where it took this amount of money and this somebody like Rock Nation to have to even step in. This should have been like, it shouldn't have went past the principal and the mom.
It's kind of like all kids that go to Catholic school are not necessarily Catholic. I know it's hard to believe, but you know it's possible that there's kids that go to Catholic school that aren't Catholic and they might not want to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance when they're saying one nation under God. They might not believe in it. It is what it is.
Right.
But as far as this situation goes with this kid, I just think it's just another perfect example of trying to give a young black kid a record early, you know, something that could not be expunged, something that or can be expunged. I'm not 100% sure on the level of severity of what he's being charged with and how they're going about it. But, you know, you're going after the kid that young. You're trying to traumatize him. You're trying to, you know, make an example of him, make a spectacle of him. Obviously, it went viral. So, you know, y'all, like I always say about police, y'all better start solving some actual crimes. Stop doing this little, like the kid that got arrested for selling the CDs in the mall. That was on Ellen. Like, stop it, man. Stop going after the little fish. Stop going after the little guy. Stop going for the petty crimes. Right. Y'all not arresting everybody that's jaywalking. You know what I'm saying? You're not arresting everybody that's doing real actual crimes. A lot of y'all cops is dirty. And I got family that's cops, so it's all good.
That's what
but a lot
I'm saying.
of y'all cops
much
is dirty.
Respect to NYPD. I definitely have a
respect
whole
to all
squad
PDs.
of family in there.
Yeah, it's all good. But at the end of the day, y'all coming for these little kids. Let the little kid rock. Don't try to dirty his reputation early. Right. That's what I'm gonna say on that. Next question.
For sure. Here we go.
Good question. Ask Me a Question podcast, episode 8.
Did I get shorter and I can't reach the bowl over there?
Nah, the cards got bigger. Because the show is getting better.
Okay.
That's just the right thing to say.
This question is from Anonymous. What are your thoughts on artists not knowing their music?
It's terrible.
Not owning. I'm sorry. What are your thoughts on artists not owning their music?
It's terrible. It's terrible for the simple fact that at the end of the day, you know, you don't just get that right off the rip. But if you're not even negotiating for certain things or you're not in the know, you're just signing for the bag, you know, it's terrible. Now, I'm going to speak from the other side of the coin. A lot of people come from different circumstances. They might have needed the money. They might be knee-deep in debt. They need a life-changing situation. They grab the bag. Cool. It's understandable. It's happened in many of occasions. But in this day and age now, where independence is so promoted and propagated and put out there, and with so many platforms, like Russ said on Twitter earlier, where Russ is talking about, you know, the TuneCores and the platforms that are available. I think what happens is we get hypnotized by what we see, and people think that they need the major label rollout, they need the big bang, they need the clout move, they need everything to get all eyes on them, where in all actuality, if you're really passionate about your craft and you love what you do, you know, you could actually make good money off of just, you know, that TuneCore route and just, you know, keep complete ownership. If you have faith in yourself like that, that you could build an audience over time and stand the test of time and put out something that people could talk about. But, you know, people, as an artist myself, you know, not only just in the media, but, you know, everybody wants that grand platform. There's no denying that. Everybody wants their stuff to be heard around the world. You want a fair shot to be talked about in the great debate with all the elites and the people that are doing their thing. So that's understandable. So, you know, for that, you know, sometimes, you know, artists will sign into a situation where they have completely no ownership. So I think that the most important thing we could take from this, so I'm not long-winded, so you could give your take, Brittany, is that artists moving forward, when you're going in a situation, you get hot. You're thinking about signing, but you're hot already. You got leverage. Work on ownership.
Right.
Work on ownership. Even if you don't start out with it, let that be the end result. Back to you.
I think you made a good point. Just to add to that, I would say that I think this is why more artists try to go the independent route and get their clout up, go to the whole social media route.
Right.
build their brand first,
Absolutely.
as opposed to just chasing. Before, back in the day, you wanted to just get signed to a major label, and
Right.
that was that, and you really didn't probably look through and read that contract carefully. I think more artists now, they rather start off independent because
Right.
they realize that they have more rights in the end.
Right.
So
You know, everybody don't got that team. You know what I'm saying? Where your man's is the engineer, and then one of your people's is like playing the personal manager, and you know, you got the hype man to be on the road with you and all that, and like a booking agent. You know, everybody doesn't have those. Is not fortunate to that off the rip. So sometimes desperate times sometimes call for desperate measures. So I don't. Once again, being an artist, I don't blame people for sometimes signing something fast just to get the ball rolling. But in this day and age now, with all of just these great things happening from the people that have partnerships with labels to the people that are signed artists. You know, you can from the Drakes to the Nipsey Hussles. There's so much greatness going on, and there's so much game being given to us by way of, you know, not only social media, but some of these dope platforms like Everyday Struggle and, you know, State of the Culture and Joe Budden podcast, him being so experienced as he is. With all this information that's being thrown out there to us, you know, artists should just know moving forward, just go for aim. Let the aim be as much ownership as possible, even if you got to break bread.
that's what it is.
Your go. Oh, no.
No, it's your go.
This my go. Yes. Ask Me a Question podcast, episode 8.
This is getting to you already.
Nah, the mist.
I got you.
Oh, okay. This is what we doing. We tipping the bowl for once. Okay. I don't want to have to stand up every time I do it, but we might have to. Okay. Another anonymous question. Did you see the Michael Jackson documentary on HBO? I mean, it's in our face every single time we turn on YouTube or Instagram. It's all over the place. And I hope what I say doesn't get me in any type of trouble. But, you know, listen, to the powers that be that's involved in this, to the Oprahs and whoever else is, you know, connected to making this thing possible, it's terrible. Because, you know what? It's true. I really do respect what other people said about this, that I've seen standpoints on this, which is, Oprah, if you're going to air out Mike, are you going to air out Harvey Weinstein?
Right.
Because y'all are cool. Like, it's so blatant and it's so obvious these days that it's like I could be standing in a room with Oprah and we could still have this conversation and then we could talk about something else and it wouldn't be no malice. I wouldn't hold it against her. But I just want to know why it's still like this, where it's like, you think everybody that's watching is stupid? We're not stupid. And I'm not just talking about the Michael joint, but the fact that if you're going to focus on Mike, there's a lot of people out there that's doing dirt that you can focus on. Why are you not focusing on them?
It's starting a chain reaction, in my opinion. Like,
Right.
But what you say is true. I need to see Woody Allen, the
Right.
famous director who
Right.
ended up having an affair or marriage and sexual relationship with his stepdaughter, who was like
Right.
14 at
Right.
the time. He married her and the whole nine.
It's crazy.
I need to see that documentary.
Right.
I need to see it all, but it's definitely starting a chain reaction. I feel like anybody who ever had any kind of controversy back in the day is going to be a documentary about.
Cancel culture.
Yeah.
Is we're living it, we're seeing it, we're in the mix of it right now. It's just like the cool thing to do. Like when throwback jerseys was a thing, it's like cancel culture is a thing now. Like we just made it. Like, you know, I like listen. My standpoint on everybody is always, if somebody gets tried and found guilty, it is what it is. We've seen people get away with worse, but if you get tried in front of a court of your peers and you get found not guilty, it is what it is. But what I'm not going to sit here and do is act like there's not people that have been outed by many people that are just flying under the radar because of who they are.
Well, not anymore. That's the time we're living in. Not anymore. I think those people, that's what's happening right now.
But even if we say Harvey Weinstein's name right now, Harvey Weinstein, it don't mean that Oprah's going to do anything about it.
Okay, but back to Michael Jackson. What is the benefit being that he's no longer here? I get the victims get it out.
I'm glad you said that.
You know, and they're going to speak and they're going to talk about it. But what can happen? The man is not here. Nobody can serve jail time for this crime.
Eddie Griffin.
What can happen?
Eddie Griffin said it on Vlad TV a couple years ago, and I completely agree with him. They are not allowing black entertainers to leave the game
kind of legacy
without an asterisk next to their name.
Yeah.
Has to be something.
Like, so, because Bill Cosby. Nail in the coffin.
O.J. Simpson.
Right. Now they're trying to do that to
Michael Jordan.
Like, what can happen? Like, what are their motives? They're going to say the generic.
It's good enough for them to defame the name. That's what's crazy about it. They're cool with that. That's their payment.
They're probably saying that they're helping other victims. They're speaking out because they want to help other victims.
Britt, if you get famous tomorrow and a chick can say that you put mustard on your ice cream in high school or something like that, she'll say it. Just to out you, just something stupid. You know what I'm saying? That's just like the dumbest of examples. But like they're not allowing the great black people to go out without some type of
controversy.
Yes.
X on their name.
The story continues on. So Oprah, be careful.
Yeah.
Because at any given moment, yes, when it gets boring and there's not enough salacious stories out there, the camera could get turned to anybody at any moment. Any moment. So I just think that, as far as the Michael Jackson thing goes, it's all crazy because you got people telling stories that happened, that it didn't happen, that once you recant things that you said happened that tarnished the person's name already, like, I'm not trying to hear what you're talking about.
Right.
I'm not at all. So, you know what I mean? Yes. Yeah, you go. Ask Me a Question podcast, episode 8. It's getting spicy.
Okay.
Let's get it. I probably spoke spice into existence.
From at Madeline13. Did you see R. Kelly's interview? What are your thoughts?
Go ahead, Brett.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait for you to do it.
Y'all are trying to ruin my life. I gave y'all 30 years.
I knew this question was gonna come up.
Did you see? You saw how calm Gail was? Robert.
Right. Like, she's been getting a lot of credit because
Robert.
And that's the way you gotta be.
That was
calm and collected. First of all, you gotta be unbiased as the person interviewing. You can't just go up there and already find him guilty. You have to keep a biased opinion. And I think she was trying to maintain her composure.
She was trying to let him know, Robert, my security will haul off and stall off if you get crazy in here. So you can do all that ranting and raving to the left and to the right. Sit your ass down and let's finish. You're going to get these questions.
By no means do I feel bad for R. Kelly, but I definitely think he's feeling it. Throughout the years, we haven't really seen him show any emotion when it comes to this. He never really seems scared to me. And I think for the first time, he's scared because he knows this is a dead end no matter which way you put it. So this situation happened. The interview came out, which I didn't see the full thing, but I just saw the part just now. I didn't know there was a part 2 with Jocelyn Savage and Asia. They're speaking against their parents and basically saying that their parents told them to lie about their age, and they're defending R. Kelly.
Yes.
So I'm going to have to investigate that further. But what the girl says is she's straight up, both of them are sitting there with Gayle King. They're looking into the camera and they're like,
yes.
Our first encounter with R. Kelly, my parents told me to tell him that I was 18. So the whole
Say that again?
Asia says, she's looking in the camera, she tells Gail, she's like, my first encounter with R. Kelly, my parents told me to tell him that I was 18.
A lot of you parents are not shit. A lot of you parents ain't shit. And let's just call it what it is. Because if y'all gonna put R. Kelly on the cross, to crucify him at this point, and I'm not sticking up for him because I like his music or entertainment, I'm just saying, when do the people that were involved in everything coming together get blamed for anything?
Let me add to it.
It's crazy.
She goes on to say, she was like, and I think my parents are only doing this right now because they want money. They're mad about, my music career didn't go how they wanted to. And she's like, I think that they're trying to scam.
Right.
So now we're past the point of whether or not R. Kelly brainwashed him. They're fully defending him, which means they're comfortable in whatever situation at the end, and they don't seem scared for whatever reason. Like they seem pretty set and happy with whatever situation they are in.
Right.
So as far as R. Kelly goes, this is the first time I personally seen him show any kind of emotion. He seems scared. He's crying.
He's panicking.
He seems scared. Like he knows this is a dead end for him. And the way he just got
arrested. He's not going out without a fight. You saw him. He's not going out without a fight.
The child support thing, they added something else.
Yeah, that's cool. He'd rather child support than everything else.
Right.
Guaranteed.
Right.
That's y'all locking me up for what? Oh, thank God. That's one of those for him. But to the parents that brought their daughters to the forefront for R. Kelly to do whatever he did with them, let me ask y'all one question. Did you ever think that you would be this rich? Probably not. You saw yourself some money. It was looking good. Now, he's in a different leg of his career, and, the good times have come to a halt. There's no more shrimp and champagne, and now y'all trying to come through and be a part of cancel culture. No, right. That's not how this works.
Right. We'll have to see how, this unfolds as far as that goes. Your go.
Okay. Ask Me a Question podcast, episode 8. We feeling great. Let's see what we got here. Straight from the top of the pile. If sex was a percentage of your relationships, exactly what percent is it? Importance between 1 and 100. I should drink from the bottle, but From 1 to 100. A milli, a milli, a milli, a milli, a milli, a milli, a millionaire of a young money man.
This guy is silly.
Yo, listen, sex is very important, man.
It's
I
very
ain't gonna hold
important
you.
for me.
I'm not gonna hold you. Has to be. Has to be there. Has to be lit. Has to be on point. If it's not there, it's a deal breaker, unfortunately.
Right.
Call me shallow. Call me wrong for doing it before marriage. Call me everything under the sun, but don't call me a liar.
Don't call me dry.
Yeah, yeah, and don't call me if we not
No, that's definitely a big part. There's not even much to say. We could just move
Yeah.
on from the question. If it ain't about that, it ain't about nothing.
right. It's not the
It ain't
end all
about
be all,
nothing.
but
the percentage is off the chart. Somebody in the studio just said, "I want to hear your percentages off the chart." It's got to be there. It's
Right.
got to be there. That's on the top of the list. Like,
right,
if you're not fucking, what are you doing?
yeah,
That's how I feel like.
pretty much.
It's gotta be there.
You like the ponytail pulled? Is that cool?
The whole hair, the whole thing is.
Okay.
Sometimes it's not a ponytail. The whole thing.
Right, like a grip.
The grip.
All right, cool.
I don't want to lose hair in the
Yeah,
process.
nah, but you know, the little.
Yeah, little grip
Cool. You go.
amongst grip and other things.
Okay.
That's fine.
Hey, I gotta pour up.
Ooh.
Ask Me a Question podcast, episode 8. It's getting great, and it's late.
All right. Somebody said we saw you take a picture with Karen Civil. What did you take from listening to her speak?
Karen Civil, sac passe.
Yes, I like this question.
Yeah, you can go first.
Karen Civil. First, let me say, is somebody who, like, if you do get to attend her speaking, she speaks very well. She speaks clear, and she's definitely inspiring. So aside from being inspired, just like she's real organized. She definitely has goals. Like, even being the position that she's in, she talks about her goals, her plans. I feel like you're never done. It just shows that even somebody as big and already on a platform as her, you're just never done. She spoke about her goals and what she has planned. She also spoke, like, this was an interesting story she shared with everybody, which I thought was funny. She told, even on the level of, you don't even have to be famous for this to happen to you. She said that sometimes people only want to fuck with you or want to chill with you when they either know exactly what's going on or when it, like, benefits them. And the example that she used was that she had hit all her friends up, or a few people that she, is friendly with, and was like, you want to go to this 90s party with them. And, people kind of gave her the runaround. I was like, I don't really know. Like, I don't know, whatever, and kind of gave her runaround. Fast forward to like a week later, she posted pictures, and it ended up being Floyd's party she went to, Floyd's 90s party. She had the same people hitting her up, talking about, oh, why didn't you tell me that it was Floyd's party? I would have went. Like, why does it have to be something extravagant like that in order for you to fuck with me? You either want to chill with me, you don't. Don't just chill with me when it's a good look, when it's going to benefit you.
Some people, not all people, some people are opportunistic to the T. There's nothing more, nothing less to them. They're opportunistic at any given moment. They'll ride with you if it's convenient, and if not you, then the next friend. It is what it is. Mm-hmm. What I took from Karen Civil's panel was just like, one thing I always love is listening to people that have experience in the industry talk about their travels and their journeys, and I've enjoyed many of her things, even when I wasn't there. Including her Tax Tone interview. That was a great one. She's had some great interviews on The Breakfast Club, and I definitely enjoyed Karen Civil. I liked her interview on Everyday Struggle as well. One thing I take from her is that, push for what you love, push for what you're passionate about. Be mindful of the snakes in the grass, and just be observant of everything going on around you at all times. Mm-hmm. Because at the end of the day, this game is snaky. Like, she didn't throw nobody under the bus, and I noticed she speaks very carefully. She doesn't just say people's names. She doesn't want to get called out on slander.
Name
she don't just name drop.
Right.
Yeah, she's very weathered. She's very seasoned. She's been around the block a couple times. Mm-hmm. Like, she's good money. Like, I respect Karen Civil's grind, her hustle, the fact that, she's working with people like Meek and YG and, Nicki, and, she's definitely had a hand in many successful current careers. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And you can learn a lot from somebody like that. And, I would love to have us maybe get an in-depth interview with her at some point in time, whether it's you separate or me separate or together or whatever, you know what I mean?
I was just more so soaking it in yesterday.
Yeah.
And it feels good when somebody that's on, it gives you almost like a positive reassurance to keep going, because that's somebody that's on that, listen to her speak about her journey. I'm following similar paths.
Absolutely.
The same things she did to get on, and I'm like, all right, that was reformation for me to keep going, because, this path, this is going to end one way, and it should be in your favor.
Right. And she continues to create revenue streams, and she continues to be innovative in the culture. She continues to be a part of, moments in the game. So,
sure.
shout to Karen Civil, great,
Definitely.
Yes, good event last night at Jimmy's 38 in NYC. Why is this damn? We're gonna have to fix it.
And if you're in the live and you have a question that we're not asking in the bowl, shoot us a DM right now. We'll ask your question live on air right now for everybody in the Ask Me a Question podcast live.
If anything is lit out there, and if we don't get to your question, listen, we'll get to it next time. Don't act like that. Just keep sending the questions. We got y'all. All right. Off the top of your head, what is most important to you right now?
Wow, this is good. I think this is good.
Off the top of the head, the thing I can say that's most important to me right now is knowing that everything that I'm doing is for a purpose, and that I'm getting somewhere with what I'm doing. That's the most important thing to me right now. So anything I'm involved in, like, you could ask anybody I've done business with or doing business with or made moves with, what I'm saying? Anything I'm involved with, I want to know that it's not well, you live and learn through experience, so I can't say everything is not going to sometimes be a waste of time because we run into certain things, but I just want to know that, the road that I'm traveling is getting me where I need to go, and that, it's all worth the grind and the hustle.
Right.
How about you, Britt?
Well, just to add to first what you said, like, you're definitely having work with you, and now we're on this platform together. You're definitely a committed person. You show up, you're on time, and that's very important to what I do. So I take that seriously. When somebody else takes it exactly seriously how I do and is committed, I respect that 100%. There's not much more you can ask for somebody but to be committed, because those are the people that make it to the finish line, the people committed. This is not easy.
At all.
And you definitely have days where you may show up somewhere and you be like, damn, that was a waste of time.
Yeah.
But the days where you show up and you're kicking knowledge with Karen Civil, those are the days that make it worth it. It makes it they outweigh the other days.
Yes.
And I have to say, it is nice to partner with somebody that shares that same drive and passion. It makes it work.
Amen.
That being said, now where was I going with the rest of the what's important to me now? I would have to say, and I don't want to sound cliche with everybody talk about mental health, but I'm just learning, like, getting to the age that I am, that how important and you only take on more stress as you get older. I'm learning that it's more important, like, to focus on me. Like, and even now it's a struggle. Like, I can't tell you the last time I just had time for myself or did something for myself.
Right.
I get my nails done. I keep my hair did. But, other than that,
right.
like,
Absolutely.
I need to focus, like, growing up now, being an adult, I need to find that me time. And that's my struggle. So, like, that's what's important to me. This 2019, I want to be a little bit more selfish and honestly stop for a moment with everything I'm doing and focus on myself.
Absolutely.
And of course, my family. Like, I want to make more family time. That's something I want to be more committed to this year, is, spending more time with my family.
Real talk. Absolutely. It feels good. Like, it feels in your soul when you take some time to just, not necessarily take time to relax, but take time to just do things to make you feel happy, to make you happy. Vacations and, traveling or going to a dope restaurant or going to see a nice movie or whatever, kicking it with your peoples.
Saving is on my priority list too. I'm not a good saver, I will say. Like,
yeah, we gotta spend.
Spender. Saving in 2019, I gotta sit on a couple bucks this year.
Right.
Be able to do what I want to do, I'm gonna have to sit on some change.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. No, that's real talk. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Go.
My go.
Ask Me a Question podcast episode 8. Loving the questions. Shout out to everybody that submitted questions and keep them coming.
Okay. This question comes from Maddie B. My girlfriend deaded me recently. What is one way to get her back? First of all, it depends on how you lost her.
Right.
Like, it depends on what you did, because, there's levels and scales of how bad and what it is that you did. But I'm going to just say a generic answer. The best way is to first be honest about whatever it is you did. Admit your flaws and admit you're wrong, because then you got one foot in the door. You're being honest. You're coming clean. Girls respect that. If they're not, it doesn't mean they're going to be happy and forgive you right away, but I feel like girls respect it when you finally, after lying, come clean or whatever and admit to it. That's one foot in the door. And then, I don't know, girls have different timelines. Like I said, it depends on what you did. But there's definitely some shit you got to do. You got to buy a couple bags. You got to make a couple dinner dates and, drop some cash for all to be forgiven. Do something.
Argue with her and eat the puss.
That's just not it. That's just not it.
Nah, you got to argue, get it out, and eat the puss.
Okay. And spend a rack or two.
Yeah. If you got it to spend.
Spend a rack or two.
If not, just repeat. Argue and eat the puss.
Okay. That works too.
Yes.
That works too.
Ask Me a Question podcast where no question is left off the table. Here's a question. Is there really such thing as dark skin, light skin tendencies? Absolutely. I know a lot of sensitive light skinned niggas.
First of all, watch yourself.
Niggas be sensitive. Y'all be sensitive.
Okay.
And I know a lot of aggressive dark skinned people.
Right.
We be aggressive.
So the myth is that light skinned people are what, nicer or softer, and dark skinned people are aggressive. That's the consensus?
That's one of many. It's one of many.
Okay.
What other ones do
I
you
beg
know?
to differ because you know
That's the only. That's the end all be all.
You know some ratchet or some like off the wall light skinned people that are celebrities that do crazy stuff. So
Yeah. There's definitely some ratchet light skinned motherfuckers out there, and there's some soft dark skinned people out there. But enough. Let's just name some other tendencies so we're not just letting that question go to waste. Let me see. What's a dark skin tendency? We could tend to be ashy sometimes if we don't get our shit together.
And well, light skinned people are ashy. You just might not notice it right away.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Y'all just look like sick and pale, like y'all didn't eat. If we look ashy, it look like a chalkboard on our elbow.
The Dave Chappelle lips.
Yeah. Chap lips is bad. Keep the blistex, keep the chapstick, and
What's another tendency? Let me. That one's on the borderline of the fence.
Right. No, that's definitely a borderline.
Oh, somebody said that light skinned people have worse breath than brown people or dark skinned people. That's not true.
There's been some stank light skinned breath in my presence before, and there's been some stank dark skin. There's been some dark skin motherfucker breath smell like it's like you eat a shit sandwich. It's real in the field. Yeah.
That is not true. First of all, that is not true. That's not true.
When you stay ready, you don't gotta get ready.
What does the skin make the breath taste like, smell like? Like, stop it. Sorry. Let's not make this about race. I feel like our president is like doing enough of that. We need to move past this. Everybody, no matter what color you are, stank ass breath. Okay.
You took offense to that.
Yes, because you're not about to say my breath stinks.
Yo, it happens sometimes.
Give me one of those.
Listen. When it comes to the stank breath, I think that's an even slate because, like I said, there's been some of both in my face that
I'm gonna just let it sit.
Stank.
I'm gonna let it sit under my tongue and soak.
Take two.
No, I don't need to.
All right, there you go. So good.
But go ahead.
Yeah, but that's an even seesaw right there when it comes to the stank breath with light skinned and dark skinned people. But if I could think of one more light skinned and dark skinned tendency, I'm gonna say that
that'd be good.
Light skinned girls are clingy and dark skinned girls are clingy. Back to you, Britt.
Like the way you did that.
You like that, right? How about you? What about light and dark men? What's up?
I don't know. Light and dark men. What's the tendency? Oh, maybe they want to say that like light skinned dudes have better hair.
It's possible.
I've heard that one.
It's possible. But let's not forget
maybe dark skinned guys don't cheat, but I beg to differ with that. Like that's not true.
We don't.
Somebody in the studio said that, but that's not true.
We don't.
You do.
Not anymore.
The darker the skin, the bigger the cheater.
We get.
Well, it could be the opposite because maybe some people say that a lot of light skinned boys are pretty boys, so maybe they might cheat a little bit more. We don't know. We don't know. But they're all dogs to me. Light, dark, you're all dogs to me. Next, is it Margot?
Yeah, she'll go. That was a good one. Ask Me a Question podcast.
Okay.
It's getting serious.
This one says, would you date a cougar or someone 15 years older?
Tyra Banks, if you're watching, whenever you're ready. It depends on who it is. I'm not gonna lie, like I've walked into the pizza store and the laundromat and the gym and many other establishments, and I've seen women that at that age
looking slick decent,
looking super decent, and I know they need some young heat in their life, okay. And if the opportunity presents itself in certain instances, I'd show love to somebody 15 years older. I would. I just,
Okay. For me, I would say I have a cutoff. Like, the decade is probably my mark.
Okay.
Only because, like, as you grow, hold up. Oh my God. Only because as you grow, I feel like you're both always at a different point in your life.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, there's a big difference between 30 and 40.
Right.
There's a big difference between 1 and 10.
Right.
So I feel like as you grow, you're always at a different point, and that's 15 years is like a decade. Maybe you could, you know,
right.
When you're 50, 60, that as you get older, it might not be as bad.
Right.
But the 15 years is like you could never really have something in common with somebody that's 15 years older.
So you wouldn't date Denzel?
We're talking about, what are we talking about? The Sin Santana and Joe Budden.
Right.
They gotta have almost 15.
Like 37 and like 37 and she's like
25, 24, something like that, something young. You know,
you think he's
maybe they're not 15, but they're close to it, 13, something like that. It's a lot. It's over like I said, it's over the decade. My cutoff is a decade because, and my other reason, and this has always been my other reason, is
break it down.
My parents are young. They had me young, so I can't be dating nobody that's damn near my dad's age and then bringing somebody home that's my dad's age. That looks crazy. You
wouldn't date Denzel?
My dad would be looking at me like, come on, Denzel's an exception. That might be the one exception. Denzel is my old man crush.
Okay.
But other than that, decade is my cutoff.
Facts. I feel you.
Can't literally be bringing my daddy home.
Yeah, get serious. Ask Me a Question podcast. We're going straight into the bowl with it. Dave East will play Method Man in the Wu-Tang biopic. What are your thoughts? All right. Well, in all honesty, shout out to Dave East. You know, breaking into the acting bag.
Yeah,
you know that's what's up. But it's for Dave because we have Dave East conversations, like we have New York hip hop conversations a lot. You know, amongst my small circle of peoples. So one thing I will say is, Dave East, this is cool, but once this is out the way, I think the streets just want that banger from you, that undeniable hit record, because I think that's the only thing that hasn't happened for Dave East yet, an undeniable hit record. And unfortunately, sometimes people say, "Oh, y'all putting too much stock into this, that, and the third. Let him live, let him do his thing." Yeah, all that is all good, but you know what? We like Designer for the Panda record. We like Young M.A. for the Ooh record. You know, we like Baba Shmurda for the Hot Nigga record. These are the first records, those out the gate undeniable records that made us rock with these people. Right. So everybody wants to be able to have that undeniable, just out the park, life-changing record of some form or facet, whether major or minor. Whatever you want to say about Tiger, when Rack City was rocking, that record was major. You know what I'm saying? And Make It Nasty. You know them. You know people have their moments. Even Fab. You know what I'm saying? You know, I Can't Deny It with Nate Dogg and you know what I mean, keeping it gangster.
Little Mo.
Yeah, Little Mo. She's had moments. Superwoman. You know what I'm saying? You think of Lil Mo, you think of Superwoman. You know what I'm saying? So many people. You think of A Boogie. You know what I mean? You got a couple. You know, My Ish, and you know, he has Look Back at It right now, and he has a bunch of records. But you know, just an undeniable record from Dave East. Dope for the resume. Playing Method Man. Good luck with that, because Method Man is a OG.
That's a tough
legend.
That's gonna be a tough.
Yes.
Gotta do he got to do his research.
Absolutely.
Like I said,
yeah.
That's the luck to Dave East. But he's got to do his research. This is going to put him in a different bag, financially, and his stardom. I feel like it's going to take his stardom up. The critics will violate him if he doesn't do it justice. He's going to get a lot of respect for. He's still somebody I consider young in the game, so he's going to get a lot of respect from all the old heads who have been Wu-Tang fans forever. If he delivers, right? Obviously, if he delivers, but for people who are diehard Method fans, if he does deliver and follows through and is everything that we're hoping that he is, I feel like he's going to gain a lot more popularity, and it may even take the microscope off him a little bit, because it's going to allow people to not be waiting on the music. And if he does well, he may just decide to stick with acting and give up the whole rapping thing. Oh no, we're waiting on the music. But if you have a flourishing acting career from now, I'm not mad at you. Right. But at the end of the day, that breakout banger is needed from people that respect your music. But this is great. This is dope. For sure. This is definitely a good look for you, Dave. This is definitely an amazing. This is a definite career boost, because biopics, period, we live for. Love the New Edition biopic. Love the NWA. Did I love the Biggie and Tupac movies? They were decent. How about the TLC one? That was good. That was good. The TLC movie was good. Little Mama did her thing on that one. Yeah, Little Mama. Yeah, exactly. Dope stamp for her career. She can do whatever she wants. Palmer did Chili. Yeah, she did great. Was straight too. I feel like the T-Boz was Drew Sidora. Okay, Drew Sidora. Yeah, she did her thing. Absolutely. Shout out to Drew Sidora.
Yeah.
Biopics is what like people like. They get a lot of ratings. So,
Right.
So this should be good. Now, is it
Absolutely.
just going to be a Redman biopic, or is it going to be the whole?
Wu-Tang.
Okay.
Yes.
So see, there you
Redman,
go. I want to see who the other characters are.
There's probably going to be a Redman character because Redman is a part of Meth's history in some form or facet as Meth's career proceeded. But yeah, who's going to play ODB? Who's going to play
Kodak?
Kodak
Could be ODB.
Nah, there's too much Southern drawl.
Okay.
Too Southern.
Okay.
Like ODB, like his son could really play him. To be honest.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, young Dirty Bastard could play ODB.
But let's get into another question before we run out of time. We want to make sure we hit some more of these questions.
All right. Go ahead.
Am I go again? I feel like I'm.
No, I read that Davies question. Okay. AP, how we looking on time, baby? All right.
We got our sound guy sleeping in the editing room now.
Shout to Mark in the building, man. Shout to AP on my Free Time TV for executive producing the Ask Me a Question podcast.
This question comes from @Christiana_M. Shout out to you, Christiana.
Christiana,
tuned into the live.
Was it always Christiana or did?
Hey, watch yourself. This might be my sister. You talking about, boy?
Christiana. Shout out to Christiana.
Should you cut certain friends off of the opposite sex if your significant other isn't friends with them or doesn't approve? Yes,
let's get to it. What do you think?
Absolutely. If I got a problem with somebody, we all have a problem with somebody. Like,
okay.
All right. Let's not be naive. Like, unless you're in a same-sex relationship, chances are you have to. Growing up, you know people of the opposite sex. It's only natural. Like, let's not be naive about it. But what I'm gonna say is, if I recognize that there's been a problem with somebody, or I just don't fuck with the person for whatever reason I have.
Right.
That's just what it is. Because best believe, I feel like guys they don't pause or don't waste the opportunity to be like, I'm not fucking with him. Like, you can't talk to him, or I don't like him. You're not gonna be around him,
right?
Or all that type of stuff. So when it's the other way around, it's somebody I don't like, whatever my reason is, I don't like them. Now you don't like them, and that's just what it is.
So what's the question again? Break it down one more time.
If your significant other doesn't mess with whoever, somebody of the opposite sex, isn't friends with them or doesn't approve, is it okay for you to still be friends with them?
Right.
Or do you have to cut them off? She wants to know.
I think it's best to side with your significant other. Now, depending on what the fight was and how cool you are with that person too, if you do that,
No. This is when loyalty comes in, my brother.
Right.
It's about loyalty. Who you loyal to? The friend or you loyal to? Who you loyal to?
Don't stall off. Just chill. Just let me explain myself first.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I gotta see what y'all fought about. I need to know that first. And I'm gonna be loyal to my side, of course. I'm not gonna get. I don't need no friction at the crib. I don't need no friction. Period. I don't need that. Fuck what I'm doing. Why don't you go to Olive Garden? Like nah. I don't need none of that. I don't need the spiciness. Why don't you just go to club?
Avoid conflict.
Yeah. So
Smart man.
Yeah. So if y'all got beef, then I guess we're not cool no more. It is what it is. I'm not gonna throw your name under the bus or come at y'all sideways. But I gotta side with my shorty. It is what it is.
Gotta respect it.
Gotta respect it.
We got time for one more. I'm here. And then
one more. I'm gonna go to the bottom of the pile. We're gonna fuck around a little bit.
Let's get it mixy. Literally.
Yes.
Let's get it mixy.
Yes. Last question, episode 8. Thank you for sending them questions.
And we appreciate all our followers, our viewers for providing us with so much content. Sometimes we hardly ever get to all the questions, but we'll get to them next show for sure. Here is the last question of the night.
Thoughts on...
Toss that thing when you're done.
Okay. Thoughts on it's YMW Melly, ain't it? Yeah, YMW Melly's murder case. That nigga going to jail. Yo, they got him on his friends getting killed. They attaching him to a cop shooting. If he was to end up not guilty, God bless, because his music is dope. But the way they paint this picture, this motherfucker was out here fucking smoking his homie pack before they were dead.
Yeah.
Like, the way they said that they was like setting up dead bodies and, they could tell that they shot him from inside the car through forensics. Once they get to talking about forensics and ballistics and all that other type of shit, you all fucked up.
You're done.
Once they got DNA,
you're done.
You're done, son. In the words of Dave Chappelle, that's it. So prayers to everybody involved in that situation, but Melly is with the shits. He living what he spit. He got murder on his mind for real.
I'm just tired of hearing about this, like, for real. Like, not just him in general, just rappers in general. Like, I feel like if you're trying to be somebody different from whatever lifestyle you come from, why do you think that you're invincible? If regular people get caught with DNA and stuff, why do you think as a celebrity or a potential somebody trying to be a celebrity, why do you think that you're invincible? I think that they, just like without talking about 6ix9ine, it's just like, if that's the lifestyle that you're pretending to lead, or that's what you rap about in your music, and that's what you claim to be about, and this, in his case, he seems like he's actually doing it. Why do you think that you're invincible, that you're not going to get caught? Like,
it's because
people really think that they're that good? Like,
well, no, you're right. And what it is when you're messing up or about to mess up, you think you got it all covered sometimes. Or I'm gonna just do this, and then in the moment we'll just figure it all out. But at the end of the day, like they say, there's no perfect crime.
It's not. It's not. And with that being said,
yes,
that's a good way to wrap it up.
Yes.
So,
thank you once again to everybody tuning in to the Ask Me a Question podcast. Keep the questions rolling in.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? We appreciate y'all questions. You know what I mean? If we didn't cover anything, trust me, we'll get to it next week. And as always, you know what I mean? We love the participation from the people. This is a show by the people, for the people. It's always a pleasure rocking with Miss Brittany Marie. We over here getting it done. You know what I mean? She be panicking sometimes, but she pulls it back together. It's all good.
Yeah, that's what I do best, is panic, right?
Oh, man, yes.
Well, thank you guys all for watching. Make sure you tune in next week for another episode of the Ask Me a Question podcast.
Where no
Brittany
question is
Marie.
left off the table.
You might not like the answers to the questions we give,
but if you ask me a question, I'm going to keep the same energy. Gang.
Thank you.
Cut and print. Beautiful, guys.
It's hot.
You still hot?
Like, no, I'm not hot. My ears, my face, like what?